Hi class, welcome back to our class. I hope you're all doing well and keeping yourselves busy and keeping building your hand muscles. Today I have a pretty fun project for you. I think you're gonna like it. It deals with one of my favorite things about art, and that is color. I really enjoy color. And as we've talked about before, sometimes colors um, look really different depending on who they're with, right? So for today, you will need a piece of paper that you can draw on. You will need some coloring sticks. So what I mean by that is you need some markers or crayons or colored pencils, highlighters, anything that's got some color to it, okay? And then a black crayon. If you don't have a black crayon, dark purple crayon, dark green, whatever the darkest crayon is you can find, okay? So you can pause this video and come back and restart it when you have all of your supplies together. I'm going to start my doc cam. All right, here we go. Welcome to art class. What it says right here is this background. So this thing that I put here is to give the camera, the doc cam, that's this little thing right up here, something clear to focus on because it auto focuses and it needs something to focus on. And sometimes when it's just a plain table, it can go a little funny. So hopefully this will help with that, all right? Okay, so let's see if I can't get this as bright as I can for you, okay? There we go. All right, so we're gonna do a little picture today. And at the end, if we have a couple of minutes, I'll show you what art project I've been working on a little bit at home, okay? All right, so you'll need a sheet of paper. All right, there's mine. And then if you have any playing cards, you know, like when you play cards, or note cards, or something that you have that's two pieces of paper that are the same size that will fit on your paper, all right? Oops, camera can't focus. One moment here while oh, there we go. It caught it. All right, so you're gonna put them kind of in the middle, right? So stand up and look at them and think, is that in the middle? Well, if you want to use a ruler, you can, but pretty much if you can kind of eyeball it, it should be okay, all right? So then I'm going to use a marker just to show you, but you can use a pencil or any other writing stick, and you're going to trace those pieces. Now what we are going to learn about today is cool colors and warm colors, all right? So at the end of this lesson, you will know what a cool color is and what a warm color is. And that's important because when we talk about which colors are used in art, we talk about if they're warm colors or cool colors sometimes. So it's just, it's making sure we know what we're talking about when we use those terms. All right, so there I go. Well, it's not a perfect outline, but it's pretty good. All right, if you want to clean it up a little bit, you can. Don't worry about it too much. So then whatever you're using, if you use the cap, put it away. Now we're going to look at our coloring sticks and we're going to divide them up, okay? So in one box, I need you to put your red, orange, and yellow, all right? If you only have two of them, that's fine. Just put those two in that one, all right? And in your other box, I need you to put your blue, green, and purple, all right? Now, when we do this, Actually, let me get a slightly different purple that's easier to see on here. There we go. These are called cool colors, all right? These are called warm colors. You can remember it because you can think of the summer sun and how hot it is in summer. Those are warm colors. Cool colors, you can think of it like ice and snow, right? They're cool, they're cold. That's just how we describe different little sets of colors. So what you're going to do now, some of you might remember this. I did this with a few of my classes. You're going to start with just your warm colors. So move your cool colors over to the side. Get them out of the way. Tell them they can take a rest for now. You can take a rest. You just stay over there. Okay. So now you're going to take your warm colors, right? You're going to only use those right now. So I'm going to uncap them and put the cap on the back end. See how that works? Uncap them, cap on the back end. Same thing for this one. All right. So now I've got my warm colors all ready to go. I'm going to take my warm color. Let's remember how we can color. Let me state that again. We're going to color inside this box with our warm colors. Our goal is to completely fill this box with warm colors. All right, now how are we going to do that? Well, it's not going to take forever, so don't worry. A lot of you, when you color, here, let me put this so you can see me this way too, all right? A lot of you, when you color, you hold your marker straight up and down, right? And you color like this. And you get really thin lines. Here, I'll do it in another color so you can see it. You color like this, right? Really thin lines. Well, there's a way you can cover more space with your markers. Instead of holding it straight up and down, take your marker in your hand right now and hold it like this. And then turn the marker so that it's kind of sideways to the paper, like mine is. Okay. And then see if you can get this whole side here. See this angle down on the paper. Can you get the whole thing there? Check. How big of a dot do you make? If you make a dot that looks like that, you're getting the whole side down. If you're getting a dot that looks like that, you're not getting the whole side down. You need to turn your marker like this. All right. So now what we're going to do is we are going to make some stripes diagonally across our little box here. Diagonally means from corner to corner, all right? Not from straight edge to straight edge. So, whoops, I didn't have my whole side of my marker down. So do that with one of your warm colors right now, okay? Make some diagonal lines. Now, once you do that, you can take a different warm color and you can start to fill in some of that space between those lines. Now, notice that my black outlines are not running into my markers because I actually used a permanent marker. If your parents let you use a permanent marker, that's okay. Make sure you have something under it. But if they don't worry about it, that's okay. If a little bit of black gets into your colors on this one, it's not going to hurt it, I promise. So right now we're practicing filling in spaces with wide strokes. And we're doing this in a diagonal pattern, okay? And see some of my colors are smearing a little, that is just fine, that is okay. All right, so now I've used two colors, I've still got a third color. What am I going to do with that? What should we do? Well, what if I take it and instead of starting at this corner and going to this corner, I start at the other corner, my upper left corner, and I bring it to the bottom right corner. And then I move over just a little bit and I follow that line, right? Repeat that angle of the line all across the page. Now, if you're having a little bit of trouble with that, Don't worry about it. It's okay. You can just fill in the color in a way that works for you. So if you want to just color in the color, that's all right. Go ahead and do that. But whatever you do, make sure that this whole square is filled with color. All right. So once you do that, if you decide you want to put some more colors or patterns in here, I'll put a little heart, a little smiley face. If you want to write your name, go for it. All right. Maybe I'm going to draw a little house, put the sun. All right. That is your choice how else you fill that in. Now, put all your caps back on your warm colors, all right? And then hold them in front and double check. Are they all capped? Oops, look at this one. There's a gap there. It's not done. There we go. Should all be tight. Then put your warm colors over to the side and tell them, you can take a nap now. Then get your cool colors. Wake up, guys. Time to be done with your nap. Okay. So you're going to take all of your cool colors and set them down here in this box because we're going to use those colors to fill this box. So then you take them and you pull the cap off and you put the cap on the back end, okay? Do that with each of your cool colors. There, now check. Do you have all of the caps on the back ends of your cool colors? Okay, once you are, you're ready to go. So let's see. On this side over here, here, my markers want to roll away on me. Okay. On this side over here, we are going to draw circles, okay? We are going to draw a circle right in the middle. Then we're going to draw another one around it. Right? And then another one around it. But where you run into the black lines for the outside, stop and imagine where the circle would go. Okay? So out here, the circle disappears, but when it's inside this box, that's where you can see it. Kind of magic like that, all right? Can you see that? Where it would be if it didn't disappear out there? All right, so do that with one of your colors, then put the cap back on it, pick up another color, and in between here, you're gonna draw more circles. So in between each of them, put another circle. You know, we worked on some other things like this in one of our other classes. Hopefully you remember. All right, now once you've done that, take your last color for your cool colors. Oops, I didn't put my cap on fully. There we go. Your last one, and your job is to fill in those white spaces with it, all right? This one's gonna be a little bit harder, but it's gonna look pretty when you do it. So start filling in those white spaces. Remember, if you keep your marker turned to the side like mine is, you can fill a lot more space all at once. This is helping us practice using our arm muscle. Notice I'm not moving my fingers and my hand and my wrist. Those are all staying still. I'm using my shoulder to make my hand and my arm move in a circle. This is to make sure that we have good control of all of our arm muscles when we draw and paint and sculpt, all right? Kind of like you practice throwing a ball in movement class or stretching certain ways. That's what we're doing, but we're doing it with our hands and our shoulders. So spend your time filling this in. Remember, no white spaces, or what we end up doing in the end won't work quite right. If you're having trouble with this, coloring in the spaces like I described. If this is hard for you, it's okay to just use your colors and fill in all the white space over here, okay? That's fine. You can go ahead and do that. It'll work just fine. Because at the end of this, we're going to do something pretty cool. All right. All right. Now, when you finish that, take the last marker that you got that you were just using and put the cap on tight if you're using markers. Then look at your markers. Oops, I got a little thread on there. And check, did you put all the caps on tight? If you did, good job. Now you can set them off to the side with their friends. Let them all have a little rest, okay? So now let's take a minute and let's look at our warm colors and our cool colors. Do you see how different they are? They look pretty different, don't they? Okay. Now it's time to go get your black or very dark colored crayon, all right? Now you're gonna have to trust me on this, that it's gonna be really neat what we do, okay? Oh, is this black or is this dark blue? Oops, that's my dark blue. Oh, here's my black. All right. This looks like a really little black, doesn't it? It's actually pretty awesome that I have a little black. You know why? I can set it down like this. I can take my two fingers, my thumb and my pointer finger, and put them around it, pick it up like this. Then I can take it. You know what we're going to do with it? We're going to color black all over this square here with our warm colors. And I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to drag it across the paper. Actually, you know what? My paper is a little bit different, so I might have to do it like this. But you can probably, on your paper, you can probably do it sideways like this. All right? But the trick is you're going to have to cover everything completely. So it's time to color hard and dark. See how right here I'm totally coloring over everything? That's what you want. That's how it should look. Is your arm getting sore? Well, this is good practice for your muscles. Keep them all good and strong. So you should be coloring with me now. You might have to turn your paper to get a better angle. Okay, when you're coloring. Whew. All right, set your crayon down for a minute. And wiggle your fingers. Wiggle them, stretch them out. Stretch out your arms. Wiggle, wiggle. Okay, ready? Ready to go again? All right, pick up your crayon and keep coloring. Now, why would I tell you to color over everything? Anyone know? Can you tell me? You can whisper it to me. Because we're gonna do a special drawing. All right. So now you're going to need a pencil or a toothpick or something else like that that has a little bit of a pointy end, but not sharp. All right. And you are going to start in here and you're going to draw a circle, right? Kind of in the middle. See how I did that? Now what we're going to say is this black is negative space because there's really not anything going on. The picture is going to happen in the positive space in the area that I just carved off. So you're going to draw a circle like that. All right. Then you know what you're going to do? You're going to draw 2 more circles inside here. Guess what those are going to be? Can you guess? So they're going to be your eyeballs. All right. Put your centers of your eyes in there. Then you can just draw a mountain in between here. Look at this. See that? And then put a little curved line under it. That's your nose. Then you're gonna put a big long line like this. And another one, but it's a little lower. And in between them, you're gonna put some lines straight up and down. And then if you can, put one right in the middle of them. There we go. Now above these big eyes, you can put some little eyebrows. Right? Down here, put a little line there and a little line here for your neck. Now, we've all got different hair, right? Or some of us, you know, have a head covering. So now you get to decide if you're gonna, how you're gonna do your hair or your head covering. All right. So today I have my hair tied up, but usually I have my hair down, right? So I'm just gonna kind of draw my hair like that. Now we're just doing this to practice looking at proportions, and that's why we're drawing a person. It's the only reason. Now, how long is your neck? Is it the right length? Check it again. Just see if it looks right to your eye. Then you can put your little shirt, or if you have a hijab that's covering that, you can certainly draw that in. Then you can put your shoulders. They should come out almost to the edge here, okay? And then you get to decide what's on your shirt or what's going on here. So I'm just gonna put a little line there. I'm gonna say that's my little necklace. And let's see, what kind of shirt should I have on? I think I'm gonna have a polka dot shirt today. So I'm gonna put some polka dots in here. Oops, I need my arms in there too, don't I? Now, a lot of artists throughout time have done self-portraits. Just means a picture of yourself. Not all of them do. If you don't want to draw a portrait, if that is a problem for you for personal or religious reasons, or your parents are not comfortable with that, that's okay. You can draw a picture of something else that is school appropriate in there, okay? Now, see how thin my hair looks here? I'm going to take some of those lines and I'm going to make those lines wider. Why am I doing that? Well, because it's going to help stand out more, right? So I'm going to make some of these lines a little bit wider. It's going to catch more of my attention. And you can do that with the outside line or the fold lines of a hijab, or gentlemen, if you have some shorter hair that curls up, you can do that there too. Now, normally we draw with a color, and um, the places where the color isn't, we call that our negative space. But this time we're kind of reversing it by having the background be the dark stuff, right? It's kind of different. Just want to get you used to seeing how it looks when you draw with different materials and you have different colors in different places. I also want to make sure that we all understand our warm and our cool colors. All right, so what do you think? I look pretty excited, don't I? Maybe I'll give myself some eyelashes. There you go. I look pretty excited, don't I? All right. Now in the background, what should I do? I think in the background, I'm going to put some, it's called cross-hatching lines. So I'm going to draw some lines next to each other that are at an angle. All right, see how I'm doing that? Now, when I run into my hair or my head, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to draw straight through there. I'm going to look at where the line is, pick my pencil up or my sharp object or drawing point up, skip over where my face is and my hair, and then put it back down and continue that line. All right, let's try it again. Starting up over here, draw to follow this line. Imagine where the line is and then continue it. All right. If you're having trouble with that, that's okay. You can do something else in your background. Now that looks pretty fun, doesn't it? But guess what I'm going to do now? I'm going to put more lines in going the other way. And the closer I put them, the lighter that area is going to be, right? All right, so there's me. Now you know what I'm going to do in the other square? I'm going to color over it. Again. There we go. Look at nice dark color. Because the darker I get it over it, the better it's going to look. So color over your other one now. Ooh, everyone set your crayon down. Give your fingers a good wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Stretch, stretch, stretch your arms. All right, pick your crayon back up. Now, if you've been coloring in the same direction to color over everything, turn your paper and then you color in another direction to help cover it, all right? All right. How you doing? Do you need to put it on pause? You can put it on pause if you have a lot more to cover up. All right. All right, so put it on pause if you're not quite done. And then when you're done coloring it up, unpause it, all right? Okay, my next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my name over here because this is a portrait of me. So I'm gonna put my name. All right. Now some of these colors show up more, don't they? Yeah, they do. Now I used some block letters. You don't have to use block letters, but if you know how to, you can. And then you can kind of scratch away to make your letters more visible, all right? See that? If you want to put a pattern to make your letters, if you want to put little X's or O's or um, hearts inside here to color it away, you can do that. Can you see that? Now, this might take a lot of hand muscle because even my hand's getting a little bit sore and I've got pretty good hand muscles. So if that happens, set down what you're doing, wiggle your hands together, wiggle them apart, stretchy, stretchy. Okay, let's go back to it. You might have to push kind of hard to get some of this crayon up, all right? There we go. All right. Now, I've got a lot of space I can fill in here, right? Well, you can fill in the rest of your space over here however you want to. All right. I think I'm gonna put, should I put? I think I'm gonna put a little picture of where I'm living. I can do that by just drawing a little rectangle. All right. And then I can put a little top to the house. And you got some shingles on the roof. Then there's the front door, a little garage, a window. And let's see, what's out front? There's a sidewalk. And there's some trees. Some more trees. Right. Maybe a little path up to the door. And there we go. All right. Now mine over here would have turned out much better if I would have spent some more time coloring to really cover everything up. If you feel that way, it's okay to go back in and make some parts dark or black so that your letters show up better. All right, like this. I should have covered better. But that is our art lesson today. I hope you feel that you have learned what your warm colors and your cool colors are. Remember, they always play nice together. And you get contrast if you use some warm in some spaces and some cool in some spaces. Really helps them both stand out. Let me just see where we're at for time. Got a couple minutes, so I'm just going to show you real quick what I have been working on. Since everyone's at home, my cousin asked me if I would take a pair of her reading glasses and sparkle them up for her. So that's what I did last night. I'll show you what I did. I took, and this is just for you to see what I'm doing. I don't expect you to do this, but took my little tin of rhinestones and some glue. This little special tool I have, okay? In this tool in the middle there, there's a little bit of wax. And what it lets me do is it lets me touch one of these tiny little rhinestones. Oops, can you see it? Probably barely. It's right in the middle there. And it lets me place it into glue. So here's how that works. Let's see. I still need to do the back sides here. How am I going to do this? Just one moment. Let's see. I think I want to do it like this. Here we go. This will work better. Let me see if I can move this down a little. There we go. Here, I'm going to move this so it has something better to focus on a little bit. There we go. Way better. So let's see. What should I do on the back here? Well, I started some rhinestones over here. Do you see that? I'm going to fill some more in. I'm going to put, let's see. I'm going to put green one right in the middle there. I'm going to fill the space around it with some of these teeny tiny ones. See how they're kind of rainbowy in color? They're not just white, they're kind of rainbowy. That's called an aurora borealis color. It's named after the northern lights that sometimes happen in certain parts of the world where the atmosphere splits up some light and some fancy stuff happens with electricity in the air. And if you've got questions about that, that's a good question for your science teacher. I just know that they make pretty colors. So see how teeny tiny these are? Itty, itty, bitty. Oops, is it focusing right? There we go. They're so tiny. So when I talk about having good hand muscles and control, it's so that you can do things that are kind of cool and that a lot of people can't do because a lot of people don't have that good of hand control. All right, let's see if you can see this. You see the rhinestones I put on there? Now, why did I do it? Just for fun. She wanted to have some sparkly rhinestones. But what's really cool is if you look at, can you see on the table below me right now, right here? Can you see all the light reflecting? That's from the rhinestones. They're reflecting all that light because what it is it's a tiny piece of glass with little cuts in it so that the light, um, it breaks apart and you see all the different colors in the light when it reflects, because in the back of the rhinestone there's a little mirror, so it reflects the light. All right, kind of cool. All right, well, I gotta go. You guys have fun with your art projects. You're welcome to join me for office hours. You can have your parents look at the schedule and see when art office hours are. And I hope you're all doing well and enjoying your art. Take care.